Hi, if you're new around here, I'm Max and this is Rose. She's a Mercedes-Benz 310D Luton van. She's also very rusty and needs a lot of work. I plan to do most of the welding and repairs myself to get her through the first MOT in 5 years. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to come along for the ride.
Where is the bump? Like that. So, some stupid SD card has decided to corrupt my file. So now, everything I was just talking about has gone. So, let's try that again, shall we? And hope this one doesn't corrupt. So, what's been going on? Now, I haven't filmed for over a week. Yeah, over a week, since early last week. And it's now Saturday. Patrons, this video should go out on Monday, which is in 2 days' time. It's currently Saturday. So, pretty up to date for you guys. Now then, what has been going on? I think the last video published was buried in the back wall, and then I kept mentioning about some last bits of welding on the cab. And that is the bit behind the driver's seat, and I think I showed it. If you haven't watched that video, you can go check it out up in the card up there. That is all now done, welding. It's not pretty, but it was hard to get to. Bit of a pain in the arse with it being the welding in a corner, the L shape sort of. So that wasn't easy, but it's done now, and it's all painted up. Everything else is painted up. This window's still got to go in. This still not, it's just tapped in. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen off with the amount of times I've opened and shut this door and swapped the van money, which you did see. I will get to that in a second. Once I did that, I then dropped the fuel tank again and dropped the exhaust, because they were both in the way of the chassis leg, which needed repairing, which had been previously repaired. I put a picture in now of when it was on the drive and I took the fuel tank off. Someone had just welded a bit of an angle iron over the top, really shoddily, and it's got so many layers of paint on. It's clearly been there for ages. God knows how many MOTs that's passed and how it has. But hey, it has. So, chopped all that out and welded a new piece in, and it's double skin, so it was a bit of a faff, but I got all that done. But I just found out the other day that the rear half of the chassis isn't double skinned, it's just that bit in the middle because it's quite a long chassis leg, which is great because it means that there's no faffing about. It took me like a few hours to get the two bits of metal apart because they were so frequently spot welded. I did actually do a little time lapse of painting the newly bit of welded stuff and then putting the fuel tank back up, so I'll put that in now. So once that was all up and done, it was now ready time to turn the van. I've taken the brake lines out, the front brake lines, and one of the rear ones, and I was planning to get them done before spinning it round because I wanted a nice seat, which I now have, rather than a camping chair, and I can properly sit in here. And then the brakes, but sadly didn't get the brakes done, but you can't have it all. It was relying on a friend to bring the tool and stuff, so it just didn't happen. But it will obviously happen because I need brakes, but it just didn't happen before this spin around. The other thing that is happening is the box is coming off. Now I know I was against the idea, and that was purely because I imagined some high lift jacks lifting it off the chassis and then propping it up on loads of blocks, and I could just see so many things going wrong and it just not being sort of worth the time, and we haven't got the space to put it, as I've said. Although the land purchase is still going through. I think it's like 22 months into the process now, nearly 2 years. Mental. But that Jag should be going, and when the Jag's gone, then we can put the box there, and that means we have space. And I'm going to Boomtown, so hopefully the week after Boomtown we can get it put there, and that is just going to make working on top of the chassis so much easier than crawling under it, obviously, as we all said, you said, and I agree, but yeah, I just didn't see it happening. But the neighbour has offered to use his, I can't remember what they're called, they're sort of they're like cranes, but they're something beginning with H, he said, can't remember. But yeah, he said he'll bring his one down here and lift the box off and plonk it next to it on the drive. And then I've got the whole, just a chassis cab to work on. And one thing I wanted to ask you guys, and if it was possible, if any of you know, or Sean from Project Camper, would be much appreciated if you know. Obviously this van is a box van and is registered DVLA as a box van, and is supposed to have a box on the back. All the lights and number plate are going to be mounted on the rear of the chassis. Now, I go to a local garage and only a standard panel van with all the solar panels just fits in. His door's probably 2.8 metres high, and this van is 3.3 metres high with the Luton box. Now, I was wondering if you could, because I'll have the box off, I was wondering if it would be possible to take it to the MOT so that I can take it to my regular garage, get him to MOT it, get back and put the box on. Because then it's still registered and it's still going to be a box van, but just so it will fit in the garage, take it as a chassis cab. One, do you guys think that would be a good idea? Or would it almost leave better access to look at all my terrible welds? No, they're not that bad. Or two, do you think it's actually, would they allow it? Because obviously it's registered as a box van, and I'm not going to go through the faffing of changing it from a box van to a chassis cab just to get it through an MOT. I will find an HGV place that will do a class 4. But I was wondering if any of you know of any experience, or Sean, any MOT testers, if you think this would be allowed. I am going to ring up the guy as well, see what he thinks. But yeah, I'd really appreciate some feedback on that, because I would like to take it to someone I know. He's seen all my previous ones with them conversions. He likes the conversions. He's like, he's done a good job. That Blue Iveco, he said, was really tidy. Like, no rust, nothing. It was super tidy underneath, which I knew. He was happy with that one. He liked that. But yeah, so I was just wondering, would it be possible? If not, I've got to try and find somewhere else. See if he recommends anyone or something like that. So this is a bit of a talky video, to be fair. What I'm going to be doing tomorrow on Sunday is chopping out all the rust on the rear crossmember, because that's the thing letting down the back of the van at the moment. So I'm going to chop out all the rust, weld in new panels, and then get that all sanded back and painted black, and then get the lights mounted and wired up so they're working, and then the number plate lights wired up as well, because I've got some number plate lights that are here. I just need the actual number plates now. I'm going to get the pressed aluminium ones for this van, because she's definitely worth, you know, those plates will just last forever then. And also they're sort of German original, I've read. It's like someone said they're sort of German style number plates. That's it. So it matched this good old Mercedes with the metal plates. Also earlier this week, Aidan and Biff from the Hippie Bus on Instagram, I'll stick the tag here and the link in the description. They are amazing people, so nice, so genuine people, and yeah, they're great friends, they are. But yeah, so my mum bought the awning and then realised it was too long, so I offered it on my stories, and Aidan and Biff kindly said, yeah, we're just about to buy one, and we were like, great. So then they came up and then we fitted it, and yeah, it looks really good. I'll stick a picture in now. And yeah, their van is just awesome. It's obviously the 410D. I got to look under his van and have a look, see the comparison. The chassis rails are the same, but the chassis design is slightly different, so you couldn't just put the twin wheels on this. But I was going off the idea of doing that anyway, because if I can keep it under 3.5 ton, a lighter van is always better anyway. So yeah, but it was really nice to see them. They're really lovely people, and yeah, defo give them a follow on Instagram. And yeah, they're going out to buy land in Portugal, which is awesome, and it's so exciting. Yeah, one day I'll do that, and I'll definitely have to go see them again soon. And I'll just stick in the video of them leaving, because I thought I'd film that, because they got a pretty cool stainless straight pipe on their van. One last thing, actually, I want to talk about today before I see you guys tomorrow when doing the rear bumper. I painted all of the van, all around the windscreen, because that was still red. And I stuck the badge on, and the front is now finished. Finished! Done! The cab is done. I'm happy to say that. Seats need bolting in, and I need the foam on the floor. But the exterior of the cab, done. Here she is, guys. Look at her. So all round here, all welded back together, as you can see. And as I said, I was going to paint them in black, so now they just look really smart. And if I paint the van red, which is a possibility, they're not going to be grey. Welded all this bit in here. Got the 310D badge on, which I'm so happy about. So I rollered the thing black with the black all-surface Rust-Oleum paint, Rust-Oleum all-surface. And then I got the combi colour in the Battleship Grey and just dabbed it on with my finger to make it the same colour as the van, so it now matches. It makes it look like it was actually for this colour of van, which is awesome. All that down here is now been made, and yeah, she's just looking really nice. Look at that. Sorry about all the weld splatter that comes on. But yeah, she's looking really smart now. And I'll put a picture in of what I took when I was spinning around last night, but I didn't realise these two marker lights worked up above the cab. Progress. Da-da-da. That's on, by the way, as you can see. So
yeah, left indicator and the reverse light don't work, but everything on this side works, and the brake and side light work. The reverse light I'm not worried about because you don't need it. Indicator could be a broken cable, could be a dodgy connection, got to sort that out. I know all the connections to this end are good, it's just whether it's a broken wire. If so, as I said before, I've got extra ones running through from the box, so these just run down the box leg down here, and they're not being used at the moment, so I can just hook them up to the fuse box because they go right to the fuse box. The reverse light, I'll probably do the same thing, wire it to a switch in the dash. But other than that, it's solid. I mean, if I just pull the steps out of the way, you get the full picture. Oh, and a number plate light. I got to put the second one on yet to go there. But these little holes, they fit them perfectly, which makes no sense because it had a square plate. So I'm thinking maybe the box company requested the square plate, because you wouldn't have a number plate lights that far apart from the number plate, you know. So I reckon it would have come stock, like if you were to buy a chassis cab to convert to a recovery lorry or something, number plate would have been mounted lengthways using a long one, I think. But yeah, that's going there. You've got two number plate lights, your rear lights, and then there's going to be LED side markers, one halfway up and one near the top, but not at the top because there's going to be the awning on the top. And then also reversing it in and swapping it round. I did that. I reversed it into the branch which is there, and it just peeled it away. So yeah, that was a bit annoying. But I glued this side back together yesterday. Oh, I missed a bit, and up there as well. But once I get the aluminium angle on, I'm probably going to bolt something here, like a bit of aluminium, to try and to sandwich it, sort of thing, rather than just have bolts. But I don't know, we'll see what happens. Look at her. And that is a good sized Luton. Nothing like it was before. Well, yeah, now everyone from the driveway and even the towpath can see her in all her former glory. Look at that. Yeah, that's going to be it for this video. So if you did like it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, tell me what you think about the work, and make sure you subscribe if you're not already, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you next week.